This Pitch Breakfast video is brought to you by Spangler and Agins.
Hi guys, I'm Robin Hussa-Farrell. I am the CEO and co-founder of Be Resilient. We build prevention tools that power healthy minds. And the problem we're addressing is that 1 in 3 Americans, 1 in 4 Europeans are currently struggling with mental illness. I know this because I've been working in the trenches for the last 8 years in collaboration with nationally acclaimed researchers from all over the country to try to effect a paradigm shift toward mental wellness. These are preventable diseases, but what we know right now is that our national healthcare expenditures only allocate about 4% toward prevention. And what we're doing right now is spending about $350 billion a year on treatment. So what our goal is with Be Resilient is to build resiliency or mental fitness, the known research that is the antidote to mental illness. And our goal is to do what we've been doing for the last 8 years, which is to collaborate with national researchers to build our prevention-based tools. These tools come in the format of documentary screenings and trainings that are online. They are discrete. They are available for single-use purchase and also for corporate licensure and for educational license packages as well. We currently have roughly 7 different states rolling out our programs, and we do that in a myriad of collaborative avenues, working with state partners, with educational institutions and universities, but also corporate wellness. So this is our new vertical that we're really approaching. We really want to get upstream of mental health and mental complication. I am Robin Hussa-Farrell with Be Resilient.
Very good.
Thanks.
Can you talk about the corporate thing? Do you have any?
So what we know with corporate wellness is that we spend up to about $43 billion a year on costs due from lost work and sort of lack of ability to intervene successfully in the corporate workplace. And so what we're trying to do is, the tools we're developing are things that help improve healthy communication, stress management, communicating through conflict. These are some of the more than 300 known, what we call resiliency builders, that we've seen efficacious in terms of building that resiliency, but also helps with early intervention. So those tools are online trainings that are kind of documentary film format that the licensure for a corporate wellness, they range right now between 400 and 5,000 depending on the size of the corporation.
And do you have customers yet?
So our primary customers from the last 8 years have been in the educational and university market, and also state agencies, so Wisconsin School Nursing Association and so forth. And so with our corporate wellness, we have pilots that we are inviting people to participate in. So we've been in meetings with, for example, California Blue Shield. We're looking for insurance partners with EAP and with corporate wellness partners.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Greg, who's the guy, who's the IMF Charlotte investment in the health? The guy who comes in and does sit-ups during his presentation. Who's that? Rival Health. Have you heard of Rival Health?
I haven't heard.
Okay, so that's Greg Brown. Greg
Hi,
wave
Greg.
at Rival. You should go meet him.
Okay.
His organization has an investment in a company called Rival Health.
Cool.
Greg, just say what Rival Health is. Do you mind?
Corporate wellness programs, I mean, generally, right? But physical.
Yeah. They'd be
It's a wellness website. Blue Cross Blue Shield in North Carolina has a license.
Oh, good.
And
Website. They've got several Blue Cross Blue Shield memberships, and that's their uniqueness is they've got that partnership.
yeah.
Nice.
He's a
Very
great
cool.
guy. He's got a, like, you should be partners with him, or you
Yes,
should
we
like,
should.
y'all need to have a cup of coffee.
Deal. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So one question I would have as an investor is this a problem that the customer is demanding, or is this an issue of education where you need to educate maybe corporations that you're missing an opportunity?
Yeah.
Which way?
There's
is
sort
it?
of, that's been the way over the last 8 years that we've kind of gone in. We go in with an awareness raising training that might be 20 minutes in length. Did you know the kind of the warning signs? And what invariably happens, for example, last week in a training, we had 7 people come forward who were like, wow, this is actually me, I actually have something. So it's sort of a 1-2 punch in terms of the way we've been able to address that in the past. The way in, and we're trying to find the success with the prevention being, for example, parent trainings. How do you help your child avoid befalling any addictions or eating disorders or spectrum of the mental health complications? And so that has been another way in. So if everybody's a mom and a dad in a corporate setting, so how do you empower your child through this training to be more, stress managed, aware, and so forth?
So I guess the question I would have there, and this is related to the question I just asked, is how you go to market, how you actually sell this product.
Yes.
It's pretty important to understand that and to describe it in a way in which it can make me feel that you have the right approach.
Yeah.
And if it's something that is not being demanded, that requires an education, it's just simply a different way to execute those sales.
Yeah.
And then related to that is who you're competing with.
Yep.
If it doesn't exist, if they're not demanding it, probably you have a more open market where you don't have to displace an incumbent provider.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. But then that usually means more of an educational sale. So I would focus a lot more of the pitch on that. I mean, usually in a 2-minute pitch, you want to say some generic things, but you also want to get into what you think are going to be the key questions that an investor is going to have.
Sure.
I think that for you is going to be the go-to-market question.
Strategy, sure. Thank you for that. To respond, our strategy with go-to-market is we have brought together a website. It's called Be Resilient. And it's where we bring together all the research, the educational materials, but all of those trainings are available there. So for a person from the outside, and many of our partners bring their own cadre of people to the site, we have individual trainings they can purchase right there, and then there are the corporate wellness and licensures. But then certainly collaborating with the other partners in this. And another thing I failed to say in the 2-minute pitch is that in 2015, the Affordable Care Act is mandating that EAP and corporate wellness programs start emphasizing, there are new requirements that emphasize the mental health education and prevention side of things. So our trainings fulfill all 4 of what are called the accepted benefit criteria for that. So we're trying to get in there in different ways in terms of that.
Well, and we'll let the audience talk, but as you know, I mean, it is an unfortunate truth that mental wellness has a little bit of a stigma associated with it, where everybody loves guys who go to the gym, right? Which is part of mental health too. But I think to the extent that you can position this as an investment in talent management and helping your human resources do a better job and all that sort of thing, it's just easier for people to buy that.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome.
It's also, I think also from an investor, I like that, an investor perspective, just giving an investor a sense of how you make money. How profitable is this?
Sure.
I think it can be hugely profitable.
I think so.
Companies, I mean, you can look at having back of the envelope calculations on time savings, on mental issues and how those affect the employees of certain companies.
Sure.
You can actually estimate the effects of that and how you solve that problem in a way. I mean, I don't know how much you can take credit for the whole thing, but I think that's important to convey to an investor.
Sure, absolutely.
How much this represents to you.
Yeah.
Yep, makes sense.
And I think I really do encourage you to find this guy from Rival Health. He's super cool. He truly does sit-ups during this presentation. It's kind of awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, but that would package you in the right kind of space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then it's not preventative. Then it's really positive.
Nice.
And for you and him to both have sales forces going out trying to sell this stuff.
Right.
Just that seems like
reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do y'all want to say?
Cool. Hi, Greg.
I'm curious, in a corporate setting, how does someone engage in it? I mean, does HR say, Greg, we think you might be a good insider?
So great. So we're not on the EAP side of things. We're on the educational side. So in one example, in a Spartanburg Regional Hospital, when we met with their HR team and so forth, what we've been brainstorming together is whether it's the stick approach or the carrot, right? So whether we're giving incentives, whether they're small or large, for the employees to actually attend the trainings online, or whether they're mandated or more of the stick approach. And so we're still in the pilot experimenting with those measures and seeing how we do. What's your advice on that?
Well, I've never ever been in a big company setting, right?
Okay.
Unfortunately, I've never had an HR department, or otherwise I probably would have interacted with programs like yours several times.
Right. Okay.
It just seems, you know, to me the trick is, so in a corporate setting, do you sort of, you know, hey, this is like going to the gym, and you should go and you should take this thing so that you don't have, you know, you don't have this illness befall you.
Yeah.
I'm just struggling with that a little bit.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with your 2-minute pitch.
Right.
You obviously can't get into that. Just curiosity of mine.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
So you're talking about working with the masses versus working with single users.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked a lot with Greek Life in college.
Oh, yeah.
So we were working with 500 to 5,000 students.
Mm-hmm.
And we found that if we provided incentives while saying this is definitely using the stick approach, but also saying there's going to be awesome things here, there's going to be perks.
Nice.
We'll give you a free ride with Uber or
Right,
whatever that
right.
meant. So it was a little bit of both, but when you're talking to the masses,
Yeah.
you just got to say this is.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
Of people that complete their interaction with the program, how many of them actually follow up and continue to see the effects of it? And how many it's kind of just like another completion I had to do in 1 year?
Yeah, so last year in our trainings we did a collaboration with Harvard School of Public Health, with whom we collaborate, their research team, and our measures just came back with 7 districts that we did. We happened to do a professional development training for faculty and staff throughout 7 different school districts. And the measures in terms of that ongoing efficacy, not only did they ask us back, so we end every training with, and if you liked this, you can, here's your other menu of like 10 other topics. And so all of them did request. We had an over 80% success rate in terms of enjoying the training, wanting more materials, and also would recommend it to others. So does that help answer that? Yeah. Okay.
Robin Farrell, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.